Welcome back, everybody. We're here on week 2 of our HERS GLP-1 semaglutide injections. This is the journey that I want you to come with me on as I attempt to lose this weight. Now, this week has been crazy. Week 1, I've experienced so many different things. So I initially didn't really feel much, maybe day 1. By day 2, 3, 4, I could feel myself getting a little nauseous. I was a little constipated, which is probably way too much information, but I want to be honest. By day 5, I would feel not so hungry. Like, I realized that my appetite was shrinking. So I would make the meals that I would normally make, the portion size I would normally make, and I'd take a bite and be full. Or I cook for my family, for my husband, for my baby, and I'd get to it finally and couldn't eat it. So I'm realizing that initially off the jump, I need to make smaller portions because what this medicine is doing is limiting my appetite. So I'm adjusting, new things, new fun, new day. Prior to me getting pregnant, I previously had a sleeve surgery, a gastric sleeve surgery. And through that process, it allowed me to lose about 100 pounds. So within the year, I lost about 100 pounds, and it was amazing. Fast forward, the pandemic. Right after the pandemic, I got pregnant in 2022. Yep, 2022. And when I went to the doctor to find out if I was pregnant or not, I weighed 227 pounds. I'll never forget. Because I'm like, all right, I'm in this thing. As someone who weighed almost 400 pounds, that's a win for me. So I'm in there, I'm 227. I'm monitoring my weight each week. Every other week is how you start out the appointments with the doctor. By the time I get to giving birth, my weigh-in was 250. Now, in my mind, that's not bad. You know what I mean? That's cool. I'm good. I'm happy. I gave birth. I'm living this life. I experienced a little PPD, a little postpartum depression, and I realized that I was eating a little bit more often than I used to. Fast forward now, recently, my latest doctor's appointment, my weigh-in was 270. And I'm gonna be honest, I was very disappointed. I was mostly disappointed in the scale, because I know me, and I just couldn't believe that I had gotten all the way back up to 270 after losing so much weight. And when I had the baby, I was only 250. So I'm like, what have I been doing? I made a decision to breastfeed my baby exclusively. I did my best to pump and bottle feed, but she just was not having it. By month 3, she absolutely was not taking a bottle. And the more I had to breastfeed exclusively, the thirstier I was, hungrier I was. People don't talk about how much actually breastfeeding changes your body. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Most people are like, yeah, once you breastfeed, you're gonna lose weight like crazy. Baby, the people lied, okay? My vices were really like juice. Tropical, anything tropical is like my thing. But I would drink the juices, I snack all day, and I'd look up and I ate a whole bag of crackers. Or I'd look up and I drank the whole carton of juice. And I just began to get comfortable with it. I wasn't even mad. I would just be like, I'm a mom. I'm a mother, okay? Especially after Kiki Palmer had her baby and everything was, I'm a mother, baby. I was a mother. Everything that I made an excuse for, I've reaped the benefits from the things that I've saw. And I'm here. Trying to do my best to reverse those things. Trying to do my best to get my body back. I like who I was back then. And I love me, right? But I really like to move it. Okay, let's get into the second dosage of this medicine. I have a tip though. I have been extremely dehydrated this last week, and if you're on the journey that I'm on, I encourage you to drink as much water as you can. Water is going to be your lifesaver. especially when you get nauseous or you're beginning to feel fatigue. Water's gonna save your life. Here we go. Honestly, last week was a little traumatic. After some thought, I realized poking yourself with the needle is crazy. Ooh, heart is racing again. It's filling up slow this time. So I'm filling it up to 0.2 line, which looks like 20, but it's 0.2. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in my arm. And I guess you're supposed to switch up the injection location, but tomorrow, maybe next week. Woo! Woo! Like I said, somebody else should be doing this. This is crazy. As a first-time mom who has a profession in the music industry, I thought I'd be that mom that was gonna be 9 months pregnant on stage, and then I'd give birth, and then 3 weeks later, I'd be jumping back and I'd have these beautiful, crazy stories about how, yeah, I was nursing while I was backstage singing with so-and-so, and that just wasn't my story. I watched what I thought was my life passing by as everybody else got to work with all these different artists, and everything that I was used to felt like it was gone. Felt like it was disappearing little by little. And as it was disappearing, I was also gaining weight. And in my industry, what you look like is a part of the game. And so in my mind, I'm like getting further and further away from this goal, this dream that I've had my entire life. And that caused me to eat a little bit here, a little bit there. I would eat more than I normally would. I would eat things that I had stopped eating. I would add things back to my diet that I previously took out. I was just overwhelmed, and I was just overwhelmed. That's really what it is. At some point, I realized that in order for me to be present with my daughter, I had to slow down with the work, which meant not so much singing, more and more time in the house. I spent a lot of time in my bedroom, going from my bedroom to the living room, to the bathroom, to the kitchen. Bedroom, the living room, bathroom, the kitchen. I want to get back to who I used to be. I want to look in the mirror and love what I see. I want to speak to that little girl inside of me and tell her that it doesn't matter what you look like. You can have a baby and you can have a career. You can lose the weight and you can keep it off. You can gain it and you can lose it again. Like, all these things are true. Multiple things can be true at the same time. And if your story is anything like my story, I want you to know that you can do this. We are gonna get through this together. All right, y'all, that's all I have for you today. Check back in with me next week for week 3 of the HERS GOP semaglutide. Enjoy your week.